This weekend, La Liga contra el Cáncer, or the League Against Cancer, held its annual telethon on our sister station, Telemundo 51. The League, once again, raising money to save lives and giving hope to those in need who are battling cancer in our community. They've raised over $60 million and have helped over 600,000 patients. I went one-on-one with Dr. Luis Villa, who's on the board of directors, to talk about their efforts. Dr. Villa, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
My honor, my pleasure.
So can you believe it? Here we are again, another telethon. Tell us a little bit about what this telethon means to La Liga.
It means a lot because after the pandemic, we were really in a situation which we had never seen before. It was tough because many of our patients, for example, they were in panic. They didn't want to come. We actually had to get after them to get their treatment. Make sure that they were educated to the fact that cancer is almost always a lethal disease, while COVID can be lethal, but it certainly is a big difference between the two. Also the donors. The donors were also impressed by what was going on nationally and internationally. So we were in a situation where there was a lot of anxiety about can La Liga continue to function, and it did. And it did very well.
I want to backtrack a moment, and your affiliation with La Liga, which goes back almost to its inception, 3 years later.
Correct.
You were a Harvard graduate, medical school. How did you become involved with La Liga?
Since 1978, I have been intermittently the president. I'm now the president, and I've never left, and I do not intend to leave. I'm here until God allows me to go. So I love the place. I think there's history. This is a transplant from Havana. So obviously being a Cuban refugee, that means a lot to me. And what we do is love. We love what we do. Everyone that comes here feels that particular spirituality of La Liga. So this is a very special place, and I invite everyone to come.
You're not only president of La Liga, you actually work here. You've given your blood, sweat, and tears. This is much more than a job. This is really a mission, not only for La Liga, but for you as well.
Absolutely. I have the privilege to see 85 to 90% of the patients. So I see the majority of the patients, and I enjoy every minute of it, every minute of it. So yes, I'm not only the president. In fact, the presidency is really a small part. I spend, I would say 90% of my time is actually seeing patients at La Liga, which is what I've always done.
I want to talk about La Liga's mission, because it has helped thousands of patients here in Miami. Tell us about that.
Well, the mission is to help those who unfortunately cannot afford medical care. One of the requisites is you cannot have insurance. Everyone that is here, every patient does not have insurance. Fortunately, we have been blessed with great support from this community, from Dade County, and from the state itself. The majority of our support is local, but we're also supported by the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry. We get almost $1 million of pharmaceutical support, and we've had that for years. That is particularly important today. Today, we rely not only on chemotherapy. Chemotherapy soon may be something that has passed by. So we are in the era of immunotherapy. And I assure you, we're curing more patients than ever. But immunotherapy, of course, is very costly. And we get tremendous support from the pharmaceutical industry. So this is a work of love of many people. Many, many people are involved.
You talked about immunotherapy and chemotherapy. What other treatments are being offered here at La Liga?
We offer everything. We offer surgery. We offer chemotherapy. We offer radiation. We offer immunotherapy. We offer psychotherapy. So we do everything that any cancer center offers. And we do that, again, because we have tremendous support. I've had the ability to give immunotherapy before many in the special centers did, because we have the drugs available to us, and we didn't have the problem with the cost. So it's been a great ride here.
I just want to give a personal testimony for you. When you can have a say, a part in saving someone's life, what does that mean for you?
Oh, it's a very special feeling. When you see someone that you can say you're cured, that's very special. We don't cure many people. And of course, life has an end. In oncology, as time has gone by, we can actually offer cure for a much greater number of patients. The number one disease in La Liga is breast cancer. And many of these women are very young. I mean, we're talking, I have a 22-year-old patient now, 22. And let's assume that I cannot cure all of them, which unfortunately is reality. But what if I give them another year or 2 or 3 to enjoy with their family, with their friends, with their children, their grandchildren? That is incredibly powerful.
You, obviously, we know your contribution to La Liga, but what about all of the volunteers and all of the people that really make this center work?
When La Liga started, most of the people that we treated were Cuban refugees. That's not the case anymore. Now we have a mixture of people that come from all over the place. And the people that we treated initially, their families are the greatest contributors to La Liga. Why? They have done very well, they've been very successful, and they have a connection.
Good luck this weekend.
Well, thank
I
you.
hope you raise so much money and that the La Liga can continue for many years to come.
It will.